Welcome back to another episode of From My Perspective. I'm your boy Dion. We're coming back to you with another episode. It's another PLE episode, one of our favorites. But go ahead and go ahead and subscribe. Thank you again for joining us. But I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Captain Hater. How you doing today? We passed WrestleMania. We're on the backlash.
And what do it is, you already know the best sport, Mr. Bell, aka can't say your name up on this pod. Might not should have my can I have some backlash from WrestleMania real quick?
Go ahead.
Uh we're gonna get into the PLE, we're gonna get into the matches, we're gonna get into all of that. Quick question, all right. We got a new US women's champion in Tiffany Stratton. They couldn't wait and put that title on this match on this card. They couldn't wait to put this on the card. They couldn't build up some suspense, make it feel
Mhm.
special. Also, they got this whole street profits versus the vision that I guess they planning up, they building up towards, they making it something. They like Montez Ford, don't trust Seth Rollins in the backstage, blah blah blah. Cool. They could put the tag team titles on the PLE. Y'all got 5 matches. Two of them gonna be on ESPN too. Y'all couldn't find an extra match to put on. All right.
Five matches. That it's been a model for the past a year and a half to 2 years. Five matches ain't enough for me. I feel like they need to bump it up to like seven, six, seven. Not to play with the kids a little bit, but like 6 and 7 matches.
Look, they gonna have 5 matches with 55 commercials. That's the math. Yeah, the math don't math. They got 55 commercials, but they can't. Yeah, man, we'll get to that later.
Get to that later. But let's go ahead and get to the PLE backlash. You guys know we do confident point prediction. The match you got the most confidence on, you get a five. The match you got the least confidence on, you give it a one. We're gonna go right into it because, like you said, we got a lot to talk about after these predictions. But you mentioned it. There's two matches on. You call it the pre-show. I'm gonna say two matches on ESPN two this time around. First one is a rematch from WrestleMania. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. They brought in this gingerbread man thing, and I will say this gingerbread man thing is a little weird, but somehow Trick has been making it work with the promos. He's made it work. As trash as it is, he's made it work. There's a funeral this Friday. I'm entertained because he's an entertaining character. They've made it work. We know Sam's good in the ring, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Trick is gonna win this match. You can't lose it. He's over. I'm not really sure why this rematch is on this show. They probably could have pushed it a little bit longer, but I got Trick with four.
All right. So I'm going Trick Williams with a 5. And I listened to Trick Williams on the pivot, and he talked about compared to, because he used to play football. And the end result was like how we get to the Super Bowl, get to that championship game, win the championship. And for him is the the reward is the results, is the fans' reactions and what he makes of the moment. Yeah, it's already predicted and it's already written of what's gonna happen, but his reward is going out there to perform and being the best at it. And then when you talked about the gingerbread, that made me think about him talking about that because in fact he's making the best of something that ain't really that good. Like can we call it spade a spade? And it really ain't that good. So now they about to have a funeral for they having a funeral for a gingerbread. Like Phil, what are we doing out here?
But
A
he's making
gingerbread?
it work, which is crazy.
Dion, bro, it's May. Don't nobody be thinking about gingerbreads until Christmas time. It's May. What are we doing? Whose idea was this? Whose idea? Do they got a what's the daggone cookie people? Do they have a sponsorship with the cookie people? Why can't he think of their daggone names?
Hey, no, it's not Pillsbury, is it? Is it
No,
Pillsbury?
no, not Pittsburgh. I can't even think of their daggone names with the. I can't even think of their daggone names. I'm gonna think of before the end of this pod. Do that? They gotta have a sponsorship with them for them to do a gingerbread funeral. A Why are we having a funeral on SmackDown?
Just wasting
Like,
time.
what have we came to? But like you said, it's Sami Zayn's credit too. They both making it work. The fans is booing Sami Zayn like crazy. It's time to turn Sami Zayn heel, which I think they're gonna do this year. They gonna have. Well, they no got to. Well, they didn't. They have to. You know what I'm saying? They have
Yeah.
no choice because of the simple fact the fans already decided. Him, he's a heel. But the problem is Trick Williams. If you make him too much of a babyface, it
He's
takes
not Trick Williams.
right. You take away some of the luster. So you're gonna have to book Trick Willie as he's gonna be a twinger, like Roman. They have to be twingers. You
Mm-hmm.
can't really book him as a babyface. You ain't really gotta book him as too heavy as a heel or not too heavy as a babyface. But Sami Zayn, yeah, he full on heel at this point.
Yep.
A,
Yep.
a funeral for a gingerbread.
Yeah.
What are we doing, dog? In May. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Trick Willie with a 5.
Trick with foul. All right, so the next match is also on ESPN2. Braun
Appreciate
Breakker versus Seth Rollins. This was probably should have been on WrestleMania. It wasn't for his Braun injury. I thought they was gonna hold off to SummerSlam. They're not gonna hold off. This is not gonna be just a one-time match. These guys are gonna have multiple matches. I can see them even going in a Hell in a Cell at some point. But I just think Braun is gonna win it. He's gonna have the help of Division. The Street Profits will probably come out too because that's all they've been doing is just running down the ramps ever since they've came back, running down the ramps without a shirt. Can they get a match of some type? Please and thank you. But I got Brian, but I only got Brian with a 2. So yeah.
you got Braun with a 2. I got Braun Breaker with a 3.
Okay.
I'm going Braun Breaker with a 3. Um, you. I'm with you when you're right. The Street Profits need a match because this whole running down the ramp with your shirts off, like, all right, cool. Everybody been working out. Montez trying to show, you know what I'm saying? I lost the belly. You know, Dawkins is like, hey man, I'm in shape too. Okay, cool. Are they gonna wrestle though?
Right.
Or are they just gonna keep getting in these brawls? They need an actual match. Like so I said, this could have been the 6th match on this show. And that tag team match could have been on the pre-show because you know what I'm saying, you keep giving the credit and calling the part of the show. Yeah, it's the pre-show.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
And I don't know about you, ESPN is pushing the wrestling. I saw Jacob Fatu. He was on First Taking ESPN on Tuesday. Then the day Paul Heyman was on there. It's been talks about Stephen A. Smith coming in to do a manager role. ESPN is pushing it because they invested a lot of money into this
Yeah.
to get these PLEs. But it's starting to feel like, okay, let's pump the brakes on it a little bit.
It's getting pretty crazy with the amount of promotions on ESPN. But
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I know y'all gotta make y'all bread back. Y'all probably pay too much to begin with, but now y'all won't put them. Now y'all won't put it on ESPN too or ESPN for WrestleMania, and that's cool. But we got 2 marquee matchups on ESPN too. Give me one marquee matchup and then another filler matchup. Hence, you could have put the tag team type championships on her. You could have put the U.S. Women's Championship on her. I know y'all building something towards the Intercontinental Women, so you're gonna give that one a break. But y'all could have came up with something else to go on a part of the pre-show. But like I said, I got Braun Breaker with a 3.
Braun Breaker with a 3. Speaking of match that probably should have been on the pre-show, Danhausen. He's got a mystery partner going up against Miz and Kit Wilson. I'm just going to say it. I was going to let you go first, but I got Danhausen with 5. But that's not the story of this match for me personally. It's who's his partner going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and say I got Danhausen with 5. I'm assuming you got pretty high confidence points on Danhausen. Who you think is going to be his partner because he's been tweeting that John Cena not gonna happen, Brock Lesnar not gonna happen. If these retired wrestlers, Stone Cold, Steve Austin. There's some betting odds out there that has Stephen A. Smith very high. That's not gonna happen. But Q, who you think is gonna be Danhausen's partner? Because I have a prediction, but I want to hear yours first.
Oh, That's a great question, and I don't really have a name because he's such a Danhausen is such a like an entertainment act
Mhm.
that who you get to partner with him. Because a name that came to mind is R-Truth, but R-Truth is in a tag team, so you don't really want that. You don't want that. And what if it was
Omos, yeah, yeah.
Almost, thank you, because I ain't, he ain't been on TV in so long. I
He,
forget how
he's
to
he's
pronounce
out
his
there.
name.
He's out there on AAA, if he
But
still is. I know he's probably
oh,
taking a break.
I ain't even seen him on AAA in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He got he's still on the contract. I think they be
Yeah.
moving people and stuff. So now I'm gonna go with almost. Say the name again. Shit, I don't mess that man.
Omos.
He ain't
Yeah.
been on TV in like 2 years, but he's still on the contract.
Yeah. Mm.
Is that
I,
not crazy? I want that type of deal.
hey, shit, maybe not because they coming at you. We'll talk about that a little later. They hitting you up. But so you got that. So I'm assuming you think Danhausen's gonna win.
Oh yeah, I got Danhausen with a two.
All right. Sure, I'm super confident in Danhausen winning, but I'm going a little bit different. I thought about it. But who has somewhat history between the Miz and Kit Wilson, and they probably want to have showcase him a little bit more. My prediction is over 50. He has a little history between the Miz and Kit Wilson. They can do the perfect Danhausen, the typical tag team thing. Danhausen gets beat up. He gets the hot tag to Oba. Oba
Mm-hmm.
does his thing, gets it out. 5 minute match. That's all it needs to be. Oba raises his hand with Danhausen. The fans cheer. They go to the next match happy.
Hmm. I was thinking about Kit. Dawned on me. Kit Wilson used to be in a tag team,
Uh-huh.
but I think his partner's still injured.
His part is still hurt. They
His
not.
partner still hurt, so I thought about him. He just bumped up in my head. But you said that this should be on the pre-show. I think because Danhausen has become such a main attraction, you gotta put him on the actual show. I'm my bad. You put him on. I keep calling it the pre-show. My bad. You said he should be on ESPN too. I think you got to put it on the app because it'll get more people to come and watch it. Because Danhausen he's white hot right now. He's real hot. So he's gonna get people to click on him between him and Roman. Everybody gonna click on this at ESPN app to watch this PL.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, but I'm going Danhausen with it too.
All right.
Here's my thing. If they like me and you better pick all the same people.
This is so well. This next one is probably we don't know. I don't know. This is why the next one I got a one on, but the next one is against Asuka and Iyo. Probably should have been on WrestleMania, but I don't think me personally. First off, I don't know who's gonna win. This match is gonna be excellent. Probably gonna be match of the night. But I'm pretty intrigued on if they bring a certain wrestler they got released back to finish the story that they should have let her finish before she released. Who does that? But I got ill with one. I'm hoping Kairi Sane comes back and finish her story and slaps Oscar or something. Finish your story. Y'all worked so hard to build that great story. Y'all just go. I'm gonna get off my soapbox on that one. But who you got? Oscar, Io, and do you think Kairi Sane will show up?
I think I think you gotta bring Kairi Sane back because it makes the storyline worth it. But here's my thing: if you bring Kairi Sane back, how do you play into it? Because of the simple fact she was on. You gotta show her breaking away from Asuka. So she breaks away from Asuka and then rises into the sunset of.
That's good enough for me, bro.
I don't like you said. They should have paid this. This story should have been paid off at WrestleMania
Yep.
because WrestleMania's card wasn't big enough. This could have been a
That
match
crowd would pop if Kairi did something to Oscar.
would have went crazy. So you're gonna pay her all this money to have her come back and turn on Oscar, and then the storyline is over. We don't get a match between her and Oscar. Because at the end of the day, that's what this was building towards was a Kairi Sane versus Oscar match. The Asuka and the Iyo was going to be a good match to get us to the breakout of Kairi Sane. Now she ain't here no more. So Asuka's getting ready to take an L to Iyo because I got Iyo winning.
Okay.
With a what I got left, 1-4.
Yep, 1-4.
I'm gonna go 4.
All right.
Uh, you gonna have so Asuka's gonna take his unnecessary L. Io's gonna win. Io's gonna go do what? And Asuka's gonna go do what? Because it was supposed to be Iyo versus Asuka versus Kairi at some point. Because then you would have could have continued it to be a Kairi versus maybe an Iyo at some point.
And they
You
could
could
have
have.
had that match. That could have been a hell of a sale match too. Man, they just burning money.
This could have been a triple. And I don't really like triple threats. You could have built this into a triple threat match. It should have been a triple threat match at WrestleMania, or better yet, Kairi turning on Asuka at WrestleMania. Then it turns into a triple threat here, and then it turns into an Asuka versus Kairi. You know what I'm saying? They could have built this up, and the storyline could have carried them through the summer. But nah, we gonna release. Well, Kairi Sane is different because they said hers reportedly she wanted to go back home, so it was a release, but it was more of a hey, y'all go ahead and let me go because I want to go back to the crib. Which
I would have told her, please just finish the story. Just give us one more month. That's what I would have told
that's
her.
what I was saying. Hey, give us. And can you get us through what's the next one? Clash in Italy or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just get us there, and we gonna let you go on, go off to the sunset, do your own thing. But yeah, I'm going Iyo to 4 because of the simple fact you're not gonna have Iyo Sky. You're not gonna have Iyo Sky lose this match.
Yeah. Good point.
Now, where does Iyo go after this? I have no clue.
No clue.
Where does
We'll find
Asuka go
out.
after this? No clue.
We'll find out. Before we get to the main event, John Cena. I hate when they do this because it never delivers.
Mm-hmm.
Has a history making news with all types of rumors. He's getting back in the ring. Not gonna happen. Uh, Rumors that they're moving WrestleMania this year to somewhere else. Other rumors that they're gonna announce not the upcoming WrestleMania, but the following WrestleMania is gonna be in
2028.
Nashville.
Yeah.
They've been someone I even seen somewhere they said it's gonna be an announcement that Vince McMahon is back. Not gonna happen. But at first, I was thinking they just gonna announce WrestleMania's gonna be in Nashville, but I think that's a little too soon to announce it. I think maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? What do you think this could be?
So I also heard there was going to be like an ESPN. I'm not a WWE club, which I don't really knows what that entails. And
What I heard is like another subscription. You pay some more money to get extra perks. Just another way to get more money out of their fans.
they already acting like they ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Um, I really think it's just going to be they're going to say, "Hey, we doing WrestleMania in Nashville 2028." I really think that's all it is. But they said, but I did hear a rumor that there was a late push from somewhere in Florida to get it, and John Cena's supposed to have some ties to Florida and been trying to get it to go to Florida. Like
I
he been
think he
trying.
lives in Florida. I think he lives in Tampa.
Yeah, okay. So then they've been trying to get it in London as well. So I really think it's just going to be an announcement for where WrestleMania is. But at the same time, I don't really feel like that's.
I feel like it's just too soon. Like, can I don't know. I don't remember when they announced the following WrestleMania because I don't know.
I feel like we. I feel like we knew that next year's WrestleMania was going to be in Saudi last year.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember exactly when we knew, but we knew
yeah, I
for a
don't know
while.
exactly when we knew, but we knew like in the summertime we knew.
Yeah.
So it's kind of around that time, same time frame. So yeah, it kind of do make it don't make sense, but it makes sense if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But you keep bringing John Cena back because he hosted WrestleMania, and now he's doing this announcement. Y'all couldn't ask him to extend this retirement tour before because he's still popping up everywhere. I
Nah,
seen John,
he said 2020, 2025 is what y'all get. Y'all ain't
man.
get 26 out of him.
he posted on Instagram, well, I'm retired, get somebody else to do
Yeah,
it.
they they definitely asked him to get physical at WrestleMania. You trying
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. And that's why he posted that. Now get somebody else to do it. I'm
to
retired. Uh yeah, man, I think it's just WrestleMania announcement, which is not that exciting. It's not, I don't think it's
always
you know,
history making the deal. But let's go ahead and move on. We gotta talk about some stuff. We gonna hate on TKO, not necessarily WWE. It seems like more of a TKO thing.
we got one more match.
Oh shit. See, I forgot about see. I'm already ready to hate. Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the World Heavyweight title. Who you got? I got Roman with three.
I got Roman with whatever. I got one left here. I got Roman with one.
Okay.
I mean, the only cause to pause for this match is like I said, with pre-pod. Roman was supposed to be scheduled for
All
all of
through
June.
June.
He's not scheduled for all of June, but he is also scheduled for the rest of May. So you really gonna have him without a title for the rest of May?
And there's a PLE at the end of May too. So
Is it a PLE at the end of May?
I think that's the Clash of Italy at the end of May.
Ah, yeah, because then they don't have
They don't have one in June, I
they
don't
don't have
think.
one in June. They got one in May, but then they don't have one in June at all. The next one is in July. So yeah. So yeah, he'll be at the Clash of Italy. He might drop it in, but I don't see him dropping it down.
No, I don't either.
And um and then I could have swore I thought Jacob was gonna be on SmackDown.
He was on SmackDown, but
And then they just switched it in the middle of the
what
night. He gonna be on
one of
Raw
my
again.
pet peeves about WWE right now, but that brand split don't matter. It used to mean something. It used to mean something when someone pops up on another show. Cody Rhodes will just pop up on Raw just because. Can we? I understand that the corporates is like, man, we want some of that love too. As a superstar, get him on my. I understand that, but just make another superstar. But I can't get too much on that because we got some other stuff to hate on.
Nah, we need to get on that for real. They need to make other superstars and stop relying on the same people.
That maybe see, it's a good segue. Maybe if they relied on more superstars, take some of the people out of catering, they wouldn't have people coming to them to take a 50% pay cut. But we're talking about that because the New Day, specifically Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, basically kinda somewhat either technically asked for their release slash hey, since you ain't take this pay cut, got released. Supposedly TKO, this company. So Endeavor slash TKO, they're technically in debt. WWE is not in debt, but they're trying to squeeze WWE for everything they got to get them out of debt. That's why there's ads every 5 minutes on the PLEs. Nothing on the mat is not covered up with an ad. They even started putting it on the not the ring ropes, but the turnbuckles.
Mm-hmm.
They got ads on the walls, the barriers. They got ads on some people's uh ring gear. They got ads on the announce table. They got ads everywhere. They making record breaking profits. They talking about how these CEOs, COOs, they getting like a 200% pay raise. But they going to these wrestlers talking about so now we need you to take a 50% pay cut. They also saying, hey, because we ain't got these house shows, y'all not working as much. We feel like y'all should take a pay cut. But who was the people that stopped doing the house shows? TKO. They was like, nah, we ain't gonna let y'all do house shows anymore. And before I let you go, I wanted to say this. In a professional, it's professional wrestling. In a non-predetermined sport, I can understand you go to somebody, hey, we gave you this big contract, but you ain't even living up to it. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to slash some of your money or we gotta release you. I can understand that. You're not getting your return on investment. But WWE is a scripted thing. I can understand, okay, you upset. I'm paying all this guy money and he's in catering. But you paid all that guy money because he was one at one point one of the top Kofi Kingstons. They was on TV every week, always entertaining, hella merchandise moving. They are still capable of doing that, but creative, they ain't got nothing for them, so they ain't catering. You should just know. Now they probably don't want to. They probably don't want to go to Triple H. Hey, we paying these guys money. Can we get them out of catering? We need to get some return on investment. It's probably what they should do. But they was like, no, they went to a bunch of people. Apparently, some people took the 50% pay cut. Apparently, they didn't go to the top dogs because they knew better than go to people like Roman Reigns and them. They wasn't gonna do that.
Well, it's rumors that they went to Roman.
I don't know. That's
It's
rumors.
rumors
I
they
be
went to Roman. I don't know if Roman took it, but it's
uh,
rumors
he
they went to Roman.
he probably laughed in their face if they asked him. But I'm gonna let you go. That's about. There's a lot more to it. But the New Day is officially not in WWE as of right now. Supposedly they're trying to keep Xavier Woods on a you ain't got to wrestle, but we still want that gaming channel you got on YouTube because you do numbers on that. But go ahead. I know you got a lot to say about it.
So, all right, let me do this. Let me answer this in two parts. Let me answer this in the Xavier Woods and Kofi part, and then the TKO part, just in general. I'm gonna start with the TKO part in general. Like you said, here's the problem. Now, shout out to Joe. Me and Joe was talking about this. The problem is that you have a corporate entity that is trying to squeeze every dollar out of a wrestling promotion compared that's running this wrestling promotion compared to somebody that is actually wanting to run a wrestling promotion. You have corporate execs running a wrestling promotion. It's never going to be successful. It's not going to lead to great success as far as the wrestling product. Yeah, you can have a product as record profits, but the wrestling product, you're not going to have a good turnout because of the simple fact you got corporate execs who don't care nothing about the business. That's why they always say, like, you get owners of franchises that meddle too much, their teams don't never do no good. Why? Because the owner don't really understand the sport. They just they bought this team as like a toy, and they don't understand the sport. They don't understand how the contracts and all how the team building process and all of that works. And then they end up messing up their product. You, on the other hand, you a Cowboys fan. Jerry Jones knows football, but for some reason y'all still can't get it right. That's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Uh,
Just I don't understand that.
Quick theory: we stopped being very good when the salary cap came into place. Jerry wasn't able to write blank checks, but that's another story for another pod.
Yeah. So TKO at some point is going to ruin WWE. There's no other way around it. They're going to. But that's what happened. It's like private equity. Private equity never got into any business that got better, and it got better. They come here to squeeze out every dollar and they make stuff worse. The stuff we fell in love with is no longer going to be the same. They, like you said, what I say earlier, for 5 matches, we got 55 ads. There's Dion, they had the Slim Jim tables. They had a Slim Jim ad on the table that was going to be a part of the wrestling match. We don't need this many ads, but if you're going to have this many ads, you should have
Plenty of money.
you plenty of paper. Why are you struggling with paper asking people to take 50% pay cuts? So let me get to this. All right. The house show situation. I'm going to say it every chance I get. Cody Rhodes been saying a lot of these people ain't getting their opportunity to come up with new gimmicks, work on their craft because we do not have house shows. I don't understand how a house show is not successful because all you simple fact is you bring in the wrestlers, you put the rank up. You go down to like a 5,000, 10,000 seat arena. It's not on TV. You ain't really got to bring the camera crews. You just selling out the arena.
Yeah. No announcer. The announcers ain't gotta be there. They record everything, but you don't need all the cameras. You just need the hard camera.
Thank you. A simple solution for a lot of this, like they got main event, which I've been to a Raw. They had the main event taping pre Raw. They could just do that for Raw and SmackDown and create another show for both entities,
Yeah.
for both programming. Create another show off of it, and then you could sell that. You could sell that as well. Easy money right there because those wrestlers that you got in catering, they could do storylines on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Then you would actually have stuff to do on these PLE cards, you can actually have more matches. It's so many more ways that they could make more money that involves using the people that you're paying all this money to. That's the simple fix. Xavier and Kofi. Now let's talk about this. We can discuss the other wrestlers that got released, but let's Xavier and Kofi. Kofi meant so much to that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi has done so much in WWE. Kofi has spent more time on the WWE brand than Hulk Hogan has.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi Kingston lost in 3 seconds to Brock Lesnar. He got over with the fans.
Still mad about that.
Got over with the fans and lost in 3 seconds to Brock Lesnar. But what he
Just
do?
good.
Hey, came back to work the next day. Went back to being a tag team after being never got another chance at a WWE title.
You didn't even get the fight, bro. At least let me get a match with him.
So I can show what I can do. But instead, y'all, the debut of SmackDown, y'all wanted a smash. Y'all wanted a squash match on the debut when SmackDown went to Fox. The squash match is what we got. I remember it vividly. But
All
I
because Cain Velasquez wanted to show up, and they didn't even do nothing with that.
didn't do nothing with him. So you got Kofi squashed for a situation, for a storyline that never even took off because Kane went to jail.
He
But
did.
hey, what's going on right now? You got a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of non-wrestlers coming in, making all these bread part of storylines, and now you let wrestlers go like you. Anyways, Kofi, I will say it till I'm blue in the face, or whatever it is. Kofi Kingston deserved better. He deserved better treatment from WWE. He deserved better treatment from TKO. I'm not saying Xavier didn't as well, but Kofi, he had so many highlights from from Royal Rumbles and whatever from tag team matches. He stood there the test of time. He did the Jamaican gimmick. Then he was in a tag team with Evan Bourne. Then he was swimming around and he found the New Day and they became something special. They became something great. And like you talked about, they had all this merchandise movement. And then Xavier Woods part never really got his own solo push, but then he built up this down wrestling channel that he built. But then WWE came and bought it, and they killing it. Man, bro, hundreds of thousands of people watch this every week.
Mm-hmm. Especially, hey, it got big during COVID, super big during COVID.
Every week, people's watching this. Bro, I was watching it. They got really big. And now y'all gonna release him. Y'all should have thought. Now y'all want to get him back on the contract. Y'all should have thought about that before y'all released him.
It's not even that they just y'all should have thought y'all went to them from the reports is y'all came to them saying let's cut your salary 50%, and they felt disrespected, and they was like, you know what, just go ahead and release us. That's
That
disrespectful, for real. 50% is crazy.
asking people that been there that long and who both mean more to your company than what they do in the ring. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods mean more to TKO or WWE than what they do in the ring. It's about the stuff they do outside of the ring, as far as you know what I'm saying, promotional stuff with the kids. Cause like you said, New Day moved a bunch of merchandise. The up, down, down. What Kofi and Xavier meant to the locker room. All of that. They meant so much more, but they put a dollar amount on that.
Yeah.
And now you got a locker room that's upset. What I say? TKO is gonna end up ruining WWE.
Well, I hope not. But hey,
It's
it's,
gonna keep going, but it's not gonna be the same because of the fact they're trying to make every dollar.
yeah. But I think this was a little bit similar to the R-Truth non-contract renewal. And from my perspective, I listened to a podcast. Basically, they said they felt like TKO/WWE, they would have waited out the fans because there was a lot of fan outrage for that. There's a lot of fan outrage for the New Day. But the reason why they feel like they brought back R-Truth is they felt like that they locked the locker. It was a lot of locker room backlash. I feel like there's a lot of locker room backlash for the New Day. Now I don't know if it's enough for them to come back, Maybe.
I think the difference with this one is they released our truth. Kofi and Xavier asked,
Yeah.
I'm not taking a pay cut, just let me go. And that's the thing, they had just re-signed contracts last year.
Yeah.
So within a year, less than a year, you asking me to redo everything? Redo the money, the contract and the money that you just signed me to last year? And the reason we not in the storyline is because of y'all. Because let's be real, when they turned heel, crazy heat.
Hey, they could if they would have wrote it right, they would have been tag champs right now. Probably should be.
Crazy heat. Xavier won King of the Ring a couple years ago. Didn't do nothing with it. Whose fault is that? That ain't their fault. They make do with what y'all gave them, and y'all didn't give them enough.
They produce. We see what they happens. We see what happens when you give them room to produce. One of the longest ring, second longest reigning tag champs to do it. So
Dude
hey,
was phenomenal stable because the chemistry was real. It wasn't fake. It wasn't. Y'all didn't have to do the whole. Y'all did the breakup story because Big E was never coming back to wrestle, which y'all knew. Y'all knew that. That's the other thing that made no sense is because y'all pushed the storyline with Big E. Y'all know Big E was never coming back.
yeah,
Big E's never wrestling again.
he's
So
content. Hey, you ain't got to take no bumps. About to get married. All
man,
you gotta do is come to the PLEs and talk about it. He living
as
life.
as much as everybody's hurt, all the wrestlers is hurt. I know Big E still because he still do the PLEs and stuff. He's still around. I know he looking around like something's missing, and it's his partners.
Yep.
I've been here this long. I became who I am. The popularity that I have was came from the New Day, and the reason I'm here, both of them is gone.
Yep.
So yeah,
But yeah, it's crazy. By the way, Kofi Mania probably one of the biggest movements outside of maybe the Yes movement. Or shit, maybe Kofi Mania was bigger than the Yes movement.
yeah, because they
Yeah.
didn't want. Well, we both like both situations. Vince didn't want to book them, but they
No.
both got over so well, so much that you had no choice.
Yeah.
The fans wrote that. Hey, now this who we want. Figure it out.
Yeah,
Kind of like
Kofi Mania, it had. I mean, I vividly remember seeing that clip of MVP and Shad Gaspar crying.
yep.
Hey, very memorable. But yeah, but that'll do it for another episode from our perspective. We had to end it on that sad news, and we had to talk about the blasphemous TKO is on. Hopefully, they don't ruin WWE. But go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell us your favorite New Day memory. You probably got a lot of them. Kofi Man is probably my favorite one, but go ahead and tell us your favorite New Day memory or when Big E won the Money in the Bank or at the end when he won the title against Bobby Lashley. And yeah, it was a lot of them. But tell us your favorite New Day memory. Like, subscribe. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Q, go ahead and take us home.
Man, my favorite New Day memory is probably the Gauntlet match when and the Usos came out and said, "Y'all know we fought wars with the New Day, but hey, we forfeit." Hey, that was dope. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? Also, real quick, Captain Hater moment. WrestleMania, it was reports that instead of Pat McAfee, it was going to be Aleister Black as a person who was on the other end of that Randy Orton call.
I would have liked it.
Would have liked it, but instead they released Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
They gave them a gimmick of another people group, another married couple that they decided not to resign.
That didn't work.
It didn't work. That's not them.
It's not. This ain't. TKO. I promise you, they about to ruin this. And I think they about to release Piper Niven. I saw that too. She injured. You gonna release somebody that's injured? Barry, I already know the bad. It's your boy, Mr. Bill, aka say your name up on the spot. Might not put you to my. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy.